What's up, Dean? Yeah, of course. I'm glad you're finding pretty good success. But yeah, Dean, like I said, it's almost impossible to get a perfect entry. And it's something that I also have trouble myself sometimes, especially for the overnight model. If you remember, there was some streams that I did during the overnight model, and entry efficiency matters a whole lot more when you're scalping 10, 20, 25 points, just because an entry like 3, 4, or 5 points below, right, if you're longing, or above if you're shorting, where you want to get in, that's like, it could be anywhere from like let's say 5 points. It could be anywhere between 50% already towards your, like, you get 50% towards your profit target if you go back to your original entry, right? So you'll see sometimes where I try to get in near the bottom of a wick, but we never end up touching the bottom of the wick. So like if there's a candle like this, right, technically for my model, anywhere between this wick, anywhere in this wick is a decent entry. But then you'll see me, like, a candle will be like this, and I would miss it because I have an order right here. It's a lot different than New York, but the same idea applies, right? Let's say you wanted to enter here. It's very rare for you to have the perfect entry, because there's a bunch of scenarios. Scenario one is, you know, it never touches your entry and then it continues. So this is only for a long example. This is scenario one, right? And the way you avoid this is you have a smaller order right here. Let me make this like dotted. You would have a smaller order right here to capture it, right? Let's say this line is where you wanted to long in, right? How many times you've probably seen this happen to you a bunch, right? You've probably also seen, very rarely, where you'll call almost to the tick, but this is extremely rare, where your position is here and you get the exact fill right here. This is extremely rare, right? So this is case two, where, you know, you could basically see into the future and you've called out a perfect trade, 0 drawdown, or maybe like 1 point of drawdown, right? And then another scenario, this is the more likely scenario. Oh, the wrong. Oh shit. So scenario 3 is the more likely scenario, where it breaks below your entry and then it continues, right? Or it continues downward. But if it continues downward, right, if you DCA'd right here like this, now you have a cost average here, right? You can actually hold on, or if you were to cut out right here, you would lose less because your cost average is below. So the DCA way that I talked to you about, and it's one of the, like, the biggest things that I tell people to look into. It's why Luke has been finding a lot of success, because he's very good at DCAing. It's like one of the first things he learned in trading. Like, you're able to just capture almost the best case scenario, because this happens the majority of the time, where it overshoots, but you don't know how much it overshoots by. And Nasdaq, you know, Nasdaq is very volatile, So it'll overshoot 10, 20 points, right? So that's how you deal with entry efficiency. There's no way to make it perfect. This just captures the most scenarios in one. It captures the scenario where it never touches your entry. It captures a scenario where it's exactly at your entry. And it captures the scenario where it dips below your entry. Right? But if you think about it, you know, it's pretty obvious what the cons are. The cons are, if you just had all your orders right here for this specific scenario, if you just traded one limit order without any DCAing, this would make you more money than if you DCA'd, right? But the DCA example will capture money from this, even though it's only a small amount. It'll capture this move, and here it'll capture an even bigger amount. The DCA is key. I think I like the approach you mentioned on Discord with that example you gave me, the 2-3-5. Yeah, that's just an easy way to think about it, right? 2-3-5, and then the 5 at the last DCA will bring your cost average below where you wanted to get in, right? Shouldn't that make you happier? Because now you have the same contract size, 1 mini, but you're below your cost average, which means if you actually hit your take profit, right, which might be 40 points from this line, you actually made 45, like 45 points, 47 points, 43 points, right? Do you do that across 3 accounts, or do you do at times do that with 1? It depends on how many accounts you have available. If you have a lot of accounts available, like 20, 10 plus, 20 plus, you do it. I personally do it with accounts. But if you don't have a lot of accounts, right, you have to do it with basically only 1. And that's the part that sucks, right? Because here you'll only be making a little bit. If you DCA, right? If you DCA, you'll make a little bit here, you'll make a medium amount here, and you'll make a bigger amount here. What's up, Luke? Hello, Mr. Picasso. Oh, you know it. I gotta get myself one of those pens so I can draw on. I'm like using my mouse every single time. So yesterday I couldn't stream. I went to a friend's place to see their new house. So that was pretty nice. Couple updates on my eval jailness. I'm slowly making my way out. I have 4 Tradeify accounts 1 day from passing. I have I'm gonna have 2 of the new My Fun of Futures builder accounts. I have 1 right now, but the second one is still being made. I think something happened. I have to contact them. I have 1 Take Profit Pro that I can take a withdrawal today of 1,400. I actually passed like 12, I think 10 or 12 Apex accounts, so I think I'm almost back up to 20. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 of them are at 1,000 drawdown. So 9 of them are low priority accounts, which means I should be trading them like they are 4.5 full accounts, like newly funded accounts. And I have 1 of 2,000 drawdown. So I should be getting back up to around 20-ish. My Lucid account took a big hit. It's basically dead. but I'm trading it with 1 micro to try to not blow up, because I'm sure they have software to see if you blow up on the first day. So this is the third day that I traded it. I said I would blow up in 3 trades. So here I am. It has like $13 left. So I'm gonna blow that up probably tomorrow or next week. Because I think if I blow it up too fast, I might get flagged, which I don't want to get flagged. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. I have 13 funded next accounts that they had a sale. So I'm working on it right now. They're all 2 days away from being evals. How do you trade now that the market doesn't really play along with percent lines? Yes. So that's exactly what my new model is. And it's been doing pretty well. The new model, as you guys know, are the XYZ lines. If you looked at the lines, and the code is still like, it's still being a giant pain in the ass. But here's the actual lines, right? So they're basically, I'm making this because the market's not playing and not even tapping the percent lines. The last time it tapped it was at 3 p.m. And even though I don't have it in the description or in like the footnotes, you're not supposed to take the trade at 3 p.m. because there's not enough time. So that's why for this day I didn't take it, because you have like less than an hour left. It's not worth it. And because VIX is so low, it doesn't even matter, right? So you don't have the volatility to spike you down a little bit. So this, even though it's a loss, you're not supposed to take this trade. So what I'm doing is these new XYZ lines. I'm still working on the coding for them, but you can see this was the Y. They are generated somewhere between market open and 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. It's generated really close to market open, basically. I would say I'm trying to figure out when is the best time, and I think it's within like anywhere between market open to 10 minutes of market open. So this is a support line right here, this Y, and this is a resistance line. This actually got moved because did it get moved? Wait, hold on. No. This one got moved. This one got moved. This X line should be right here, but it got moved because I pulled in data at like 3 o'clock, because I was messing with the code. So I actually took this short, and I took this long. So they're performing really well. I just need to fix like the code for it. So this is what I've been trading nowadays. Got it. Currently right now I'm in with 2 funded accounts and 2 evals close to passing. I'm looking to take 1 to 2 payouts before building up to more accounts. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Oh, this one is still working on an old model. This one I need to update, actually. But basically, it's another version of it's just support and resistance lines. Like all of my things are really simple. Support and resistance lines. And you'll see after it breaks, right? Just like how regular support and resistance line works. After it breaks, it becomes support. You can see it right here. You can see it right here. And then it fails right here. And I think there was a news event right here. There was also a news event right here that broke it above. And then, I mean, this is at like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. I mean, this shouldn't be taken at all. Does XYZ change during the day, or is it calculated at the start of the day? It should only be calculated at the start of the day. The only reason why it, like, technically it does change throughout the day, but it shouldn't matter too much. Like, I think it'll go up like plus minus 5 points, 4 points for ES, like the noise. I think this noise was a bit higher, so it went down like what was this, 87, so it went down 20 points, and I think it was because of the news events. So I captured the data before the news event and then after the news event, and this is where it got placed right here. But the way that I'm going to be trading it is that I'm going to be calculating it once, and that's it. It just makes it easier for me. It makes it easier on my computer too. And all the days that I put up, they've all been calculated for one day. So like this, it was right at basically market open. This one as well, even though we never hit it. These two, market open was right here. I think market open was right. I think it was the inverse hammer where it opened, like this inverse hammer. I'm still forecasting it. It's doing pretty well. But if you guys want to look into it, just keep it up on your charts and see how it reacts to the levels. I'm trying to make a historic XYZ level, so that way we can go back and look at it. My site or my code should be plotting these every single day for 90 days on Thinkorswim, so I can have a good amount of data to look back into. But yeah, it's something that I'll personally be trading. Okay, I think I missed the overnight scalp. I mean, not really. It's just kind of noisy right now. But 1-7 right here. I mean, I'm waiting for like a 15-20 minute sell off. But I don't really have any accounts to scalp with. I usually use this for payout scalps. And I have nothing really close to a payout. I'd much rather just trade the new lines that I'm working with. I'm actually supposed to... Let me update this because this is old. Yeah, so the X level was old. The X level that I actually put on Discord was, or SPY was 750. No wait, what was it? 786. And the high of day was 789. So I feel like every single tap, at least the initial tap, is decent to take. And I think the current RR would be like 100 point stop loss to a 40 point take profit. That's what I'm thinking so far. And if you DCA, you can do 40 point profit from the new cost average, or from the base price. And I think, yeah, 40 points was pretty doable today. I'll see if I want to do 100 points drawdown or a little higher, because today, let's see, what was my resistance line? 456. 456. Yeah, so today there was literally the drawdown before we shot back up was 101.5 points, which means if you did do a 40 point take profit with a 100 point stop loss, you would have gotten wicked out by 1.5 points before we rallied back up. So maybe I'll consider a bit higher. Maybe like 120. But it also depends on how many times do you want to take the line tap. Because, you know, as support and resistance, like the more it gets hit, the weaker it gets. When you draw trend lines, you generally target candle bodies or wicks. I don't personally draw trend lines, but I like to target the wicks. So like, or I like to enter at wicks. So if I was to enter, like, I think earlier today I might have said, I think I said like, I think the level was 4, 5, 6. Right at market open, this is where the line was, right? Market open was 930, right here, right? So this was the resistance level. I like to enter at wicks. I don't really draw trends. And you'll see like all these wicks, I would consider getting in anywhere in this wick body. So like, for example, this 457 line that I put at, that I sent out at 930, it would be, I think this was like 100 points, almost exactly. Yeah, it was like 105 points. So this is making me starting to rethink the 100-point stop loss. But to be fair, this was a news event that happened as well. So if I wanted to enter, let's say I didn't enter on this tap, even though this changes to support right here, like somewhere around here, some support, I would want to target it at the next tap of this wick. Ideally, I like to be efficient, so I target near the bottom. And you know, I always go for like the low of wicks. So like, my ideal entry was literally like this low of the wick. But you can see any part of this wick was decent, right? Which is why for my overnight model, I say technically I can enter at any part of the wick, right? So like this is part of the wick, right? This was part of the wick. This is part of the wick, right? This is part of the wick. This is also part of the wick. And you can see the bounce, 38. This is a 50-point bounce off the wicks. So even though this looks pretty gnarly, if you entered on the wicks, this is 50 points right here, right? And you see it back down. All right, wick, wick, wick. Now I'm not sure how it would be like after we break these wicks. Like, should I look for a short here because we're also at the wicks here? I'm not sure. But the wicks happen because there's a lot of you know, buyers here, right? That's what wicks are. The sellers push down this 5-minute candle. They push down almost 100, like about 80 points, and the buyer stepped in right here to bring it back up. Same thing here. The buyer stepped in right about here. Buyer stepped in right about here. Now, but I never looked at the other side, right? It fell through, started rallying again. And now, are the sellers here now? Are the sellers here now? I mean, you can see if you inverse the method to these wicks, to the top part now, instead of like the bottom part here. There were sellers here. You can see these wicks, right? These wicks. I think wicks are an interesting spot to keep an eye out for. Right, here's some wicks. I wonder how far this all-time high rally will keep going. I mean, there's no more like there's no sellers above us. No one's stuck in a position. It's all either profit taking or new people shorting. I feel like everyone that was shorting has already gotten squeezed out. I mean, this was just people just getting squeezed out here. Maybe it's not even a squeeze. I feel like a squeeze would have higher volume like this. But I still have my puts, so we'll see how the puts play out. The last time I bought puts was during the tariff news, and we all know how well that went. That was like, it went to all-time highs and we kept pushing it. Where was tariff news? It was in April. Yeah, I bought puts like right about here. And I'm pretty sure we just broke all-time highs. We just kept going. And I'm pretty sure it was dated for like December. Like my puts expired right here. And this was all after the tariff. And maybe I shouldn't be playing puts. Just stick to what I'm good at. Stick to prop firms. Let's see if we get a dip. The trend is currently, it's pretty flat actually. So technically I can play either side. Now, have I learned my lessons from shorting? I don't think I have. Nobody could have expected such a trend, to be honest. They know something we don't, it feels like. I mean, the people that are like calling this out and they're like, it's so obvious, but I mean, the market condition we're in is a 1% market condition, right? And if they do say it's obvious, they never explain it. They never talk about, you know, the geopolitical aspects that we're in right now or the macroeconomics. All they say is that it's obvious, right? But they can't explain why it's obvious. The only way they can explain why it's obvious is because, you know, they say we go up now. It's like, all right, I mean, we are going up, but, you know, matter of fact is, well, the fact is that we're in a 1% market environment, you know. There will come a ceiling, but nobody knows when. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. So all we can do is continue to follow it until it hits that. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm gonna try not to go too YOLO on shorts. Wait, was today a green day as well? Oh yeah, it was. I mean, come on. Let me hold on. Let me look at the let me read the statistics for this. Let me go to Gemini. April 16th for QQQ, no, for NQ closed green. What are the odds of that happening? Considering the green streak and how rare it is. Starting April 6th. Starting April 6th. How rare is it? So we're in a market condition that happens less than once every 2.5 years if we don't count the Friday where the markets are closed. Now I'm gonna say, okay, don't let April 3rd break the streak because the markets weren't open. Now what are the odds? Okay, so we're in a 12 consecutive green streak. What is the percent slash odds of NQ having a 12-day green streak? I mean, think about it. All these tech companies are thriving right now. Well, innovation. I know that S&P follows a lot of the tech, and NQ follows S&P slightly. But what kind of innovation? Well, yes, they are thriving, right? And you can tell they were thriving because of the earnings report, right, Sanity? AI, right? Yeah. Which makes sense because I was longing after the earnings report. This is what happened after the earnings report. And the news for war didn't happen until like, I feel like here. So this is all the innovation, all the, you know, tech performance you're talking about. This is what happened. This is from a ceasefire announcement turned into a failed ceasefire. I completely agree with you that AI is, you know, just keeping us up, which is why it would make sense if after the Mag 7 earnings report we reached to all-time highs. But this is after the Mag 7 earnings report. This day specifically, this green candle to the red candle, this red candle was the day after Nvidia beat their earnings per share by 8%. This is what happened. Right? So statistically, the odds of NQ closing green for 12 days, because I'm not counting this day where the market was not closed, is 0.024%. Now this is where I lose a bunch of money on statistical anomalies like this, which I'm fine with, right? I base my entire trading models to basically lose a bunch if we hit these extremely rare days, extremely rare cases. Exactly where we're at. 0.024% chance of this happening. And I was short probably right here or right here. I was short every single day after this. And it just happened to become 0.024%. People are like, oh, it's so obvious. It's so obvious, right? A 0.024% is not obvious. We're making history. We're really close to making history. This happens once every 10 to 15 years, right? And I think, I'm not sure what the highest is, but yeah, it's not that obvious. Well, to me, it's not obvious at all. I mean, I just feel like, I don't know. I have no idea. After 5 days, it became more obvious that we're running for all-time highs. I think looking back at it, like the fact that the ceasefire failing, now this is obviously hindsight, the ceasefire failing, not doing anything, could have been one of the signs. You haven't shorted once since mid-April. Mid-April. Yeah, no, yeah, I think after the ceasefire failed, like April 7th, I think that was very close to when the ceasefire failed, didn't do anything to the market. And I feel like that was a very good time to switch gears. I'm pretty sure it was one of these days where the ceasefire failed. Yeah. It was after this Friday, right? Because it was right after, because during the weekend we gapped down like 400 points, right? It was one of these days. I'm pretty sure it was this day where the ceasefire failed and we didn't gap down below. That should have been the sign, like, wait, the ceasefire failed and we're not flipping out. We only dropped 400 points and we continued to climb throughout the entire night. I feel like that should have been the maybe a clue of how much that war news really mattered. None of it is obvious. Anyone claims that as BS. Like, you know, that's just kind of how the market is. It's the opposite of common sense. Just got back from work. Oh yeah, I just finished work like a couple hours ago too. What sucks is that, like, I usually am like a perma bull. Like I'm the type of guy to almost buy every single day, or I used to almost buy every single day. And then I shifted after I've had a bearish mindset since like February. Not like super bearish, but it's like something is going on, like something is suspicious. You know, the earnings report failing. We got Michigan consumer sentiment that is the lowest it's ever been, right? So the Michigan consumer sentiment was below, has lower numbers than the 2008 recession and COVID. It's like suspicious. Like, it's like, I don't know. The market did not care about that at all. Like, it dipped a tiny bit, maybe like 60 points, and then it just kept rallying. Didn't they also just announce they were pumping billions to the market? I am not sure. Who's they? Like the Fed? Yeah, send a link, or you might not be able to send a link on the YouTube chat, but if you want to just like type it into like something that I can look up, and then I can Google it. Let me see if I can control find billions. Well, I'm pretty sure after the Michigan sentiment, I don't think. What are the odds of a rate cut? Hold on. CME rate cut odds. Fed watch. I feel like it's lowered, no? Okay, what is this? Yeah, if I'm reading this right, and I think I am. There's basically no chance of us getting a rate cut. Current, there's a tiny, like, less than 1% that people are thinking about a rate hike. A week ago it was 2%. Well, now it got, you know, reduced, but it wasn't off the table. Now it's like there's 0% chance of a rate cut. Oh, let me copy paste that into interesting. I don't think it showed up on financial juice, or maybe I just missed it. What's up, Vladimir? Why is Google trying to help me with my homework problems? I graduated. The provided information is based on search results referencing events up to April 16th. I think that's what here. Okay. Based on reports surrounding April 2026, the Fed actively managing liquidity during the tax payment period. Oh yeah, isn't there like a tax bill or something? Yeah, it's been a little while, Vlad. I hope you're doing well. Fed to inject 40.5 billion into banking system starting tomorrow. Oh, interesting. That's what you saw? I think that's what I'm seeing too. The Fed is conducting liquidity operations in April 2026 to offset the seasonal cash withdrawal caused by tax payments. But is this? I wonder if it's like if this is a seasonal thing. Do they do this cash injection every single year around April because it's the tax deadline, right? Or is this a response out of maybe worsening macroeconomics or anything of the news? And apparently, according to, we might just drift higher because during today there was a news event. Also, Netflix got absolutely shit on, which, I mean, I feel like people should have expected this. Just because Netflix is not like, what is the AI use of Netflix? It was the same thing that, like, during the last earnings season, I knew Amazon wasn't gonna beat earnings because what AI does Amazon have that's extremely well known, right? I think someone said they were doing like robots, but that's not very exciting, or like, I don't know. Same thing with Netflix. They spelled Netflix wrong. But yeah, Netflix just got absolutely destroyed. I think they're down 9% during the after hours, which I'm surprised that Netflix doesn't have that pull in the market anymore. Like, Netflix is down 9%. Oh, okay. Let's drift higher. Yeah. The extra L's. Yeah. That L is for the 9% loss. Where was it? I think it was like European officials says that peace talks could last for 6 months. If deal happens, oil prices go down, oil goes down, prices go down, inflation goes down. Iran has agreed to almost everything. I feel like that's what you said last time. Oh, okay. I would extend the ceasefire if I have to. Oh, I actually didn't see this. This happened at 2. I didn't see this news. I think I was done trading by then. I'm in eval jail, kinda. Hold on. To extend the ceasefire if I have to, yada yada. Ceasefire will include Hezbollah. Iran is willing to do things today they previously weren't. I'm not sure the ceasefire needs to be extended. Making a lot of progress. Okay. Oh, it was this one. This is the one that I actually saw. So I guess I was done trading after like 2. Gulf and European officials seize US requiring 6 months for Iran deal. That's a very, very long time. We'll see. I think maybe something will come out this weekend. I forget where US Iran talks all day tentative. Was it this weekend? Where's the... Is there like a decision date? I guess not. Let's see what happens this weekend. I feel like a lot of shit happens during the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday. Okay, Netanyahu is coming to the White House. Let's go. Oh, this is also one that I saw. Israel and Lebanon will formally begin a 10-day ceasefire at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. So let's see if this actually holds. Was this the ceasefire that failed? And what are the conditions to the ceasefire? Like, why now for the ceasefire? I mean, like, what is new? What's causing both sides to agree to the ceasefire if it failed last time? Is there like new deals going on? Is there a split on the strait? Like what's going on? Let me look this up. Gemini, tell me what happened. When the recent ceasefire failed, who was it between? Was it Lebanon the first time? I thought it was somebody else. United States, Israel, and Iran. Oh wait, the Lebanon gap. Okay. Okay, so fragile 2-week truce brokered by Pakistan on April 8th. It collapsed within days with disagreements over its scope, specifically regarding Lebanon and the Strait of Hormuz. Iran and Pakistani mediators maintain that the ceasefire applied to all regional theaters, including Lebanon. Conversely, Israel and the US argued that Lebanon was excluded from the argument, leading Israel to launch Operation Eternal Darkness, a massive wave of airstrikes against Hezbollah assets. Hours after it was signed, the Strait, yeah, okay. Negotiation collapse, right? That was when JD Vance came home without a deal. Right, because the US wants them to stop uranium enrichment. Yeah. Okay, current state. Okay. Current state is a new separate 10-day truce in Lebanon. It was announced today. The result of calls between President Trump, Netanyahu, and Lebanese President Joseph. this is going to be an interesting time. I mean, the market has already been pretty interesting for the past 2 weeks, but I want to see some movement. I mean, just to straight up, it's kind of, I want to see some like whipsaw. I'm assuming VIX is just absolutely dead, so probably won't be getting that. Let's see how VIX is doing. Ah, we're in a new contract. VIX is like okay. Hasn't really moved much since it rolled over to the new contract. I don't know, I want to see some movement. My percent lines haven't been being hit. It's been like all days with under. It haven't reached plus like plus 400, minus 400. During the New York session, I think there was one that reached it maybe like in the last like 40 minutes, but that's not really tradable for me. NQ is weaker than ES right now. According to the overnight scout model, I should be looking to enter longs on NQ sometime soon. But I don't like how weak NQ is. Well, compared to ES at least. You know, NQ couldn't break this high. ES did. Let's see if my payout is ready. I think it's like 1K today. Thoughts on using Tradevate versus Top Step layout? I think Top Step is more like UI friendly. Top Step has like the drag and drop stop losses. The platform is pretty good. The only bad stuff that happened with Top Step was they had like a whole month, or in the span of like 1 month or 2 months, they had like, it was like 7 issues. People are getting so pissed. But now I haven't had a problem with Top Step in like a very, very long time. But I think for layout, for which accounts, Luke? I don't think Lucid has any Top Step layout. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, TradingView versus TradingView. I personally, when I use TradingView, it was just it was like a little complicated to set orders, so I just ended up not taking it, or I just ended up not using it. But I think TradingView is like, it has better drawing and charting tools. And if you can figure out how to place your orders like how you want to, it'll be a lot better. Oh, wait, this operation is a technical assessment designed to manage seasonal liquidity pressures during the April tax year rather than a new round of quantitative easing. Okay, so it's something that happens yearly. I think the same thing, the reaching of the high. Maybe. Now technically, I was supposed to long right at open, but this candle is kind of spooking me. Top Step uses TradingView chart. Oh yeah, TradingView is great for indicators, but other platforms are better for setting your trades. I agree, Sanity. I think that's how, like, and I think TradingView, you can like program your own indicators. So maybe I can think about that one day. But like when I was setting my trades, it just felt so like, I felt like a hassle. Like I had to click, I had to set, and it was all like, I had to click, I had to type in something. It was not it. I feel like if they changed how their orders like go, I mean, TradingView, a lot of people love TradingView. Yeah, it's pretty shit for setting trades. That's why I don't use them anymore, and I don't use them for charting because I have Thinkorswim for charting. All cap shit. Yeah, Thinkorswim's charting is pretty good, and it's free for me. By free, I mean like I have $1 in my account, so they can't close it. Oh, you're on Rhythmic using TradeC? It's not bad? Yeah, I heard people saying it's not bad. I think in the beginning I heard some people were like kind of like iffy about it, but one of my other Discord members, 13, says that it's not bad either. Better than TradeAway using TradeView. Yeah. Yeah, same here. It was like I'm usually like not the type of person to go and chase these new platforms, because like the old platforms work for a reason, and they have years upon years of, you know, just like bug fixes and performance optimizations. At least I hope so, right? So unless it's like really, really good, I typically tend to stay away from them. Have you noticed a slight delay in Thinkorswim compared to Top Step? The data is slower. I don't. Maybe like a tiny bit. But I don't think it's noticeable. This is why I always look at Globex. NQ's Globex was 460. It was literally right here. So I like to pay attention to Globex. That was already like about like, oh wow, it's only like 10-15 points. Dude, the range tonight is like, this is like a range for ants. Like, this is like nothing. But yeah, no, I mean, I think Thinkorswim is, I think it's one of the better ones. I've had no complaints with it. Like, really no lag or anything. I don't think it, like, the only bad thing is that it takes a little bit of memory. That's because I have like a bunch of indicators and like calculations going on. So that's like kind of expected. Hey Jack, how do you manage your payouts? You take a certain amount out when you hit a amount of profit or percentage, etc. I take payouts. I take 2K payouts basically every single time. If you go to like my payout page, it's like 2K almost every single time. Like this is like 4 payouts for a total of 7K. Like 2K, 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 3K. 2K but 2 accounts, 2K, 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 2K. The reason why I do that is because in case something ever does happen, just like that time that I got accused of botting from TPT, I already taken a lot of payouts out. I don't like to leave a big amount of buffer in case, you know, but all the firms I trade with are all really good firms, so the odds of me getting denied or anything like that is very rare. We have so many people that are like, you know, I lost this amount of payout, I had this much buffer in my account because of XYZ. So I always take payouts at 2K, which is 4K balance usually. And the reason why I do that is because it's like the minimum amount of payout for me, because after the payout, it's like you get a new funded account because your drawdown is the same. It's about 2K, right? So one way you can think about it is like, oh, it's like a new funded account. So that's how I do it. I personally don't go for the max payout, even though that is better for marketing. And I'll give you an example. There's this one guy I saw on Twitter who is live with Top Step, and he takes out usually max payouts. But I think within the last month he posted his net gain, including his expenses, and his ROI is worse than mine, right? But in marketing wise, and what people want to see is those max payouts. But the way that I do it, you know, like my ROI kind of speaks for itself, and like I'm not even that good of a trader, right? So that's personally how I like to do it. Some people like to go for max payouts, but I don't like for me to take a 2K payout, right? I need to make 4K if we go for the, you know, the Top Step kind of payout plan. If you want a 5K payout, I mean, you need to make 10K. This is an insane amount, right? I just need to like basically 2 times my drawdown. Here you need to 5 times your drawdown, right? The math kind of speaks for itself of why this is like so much riskier. It looks good though. I used to go for max payout, I think last year, and my ROI for last year was not that good. Like this year, I don't think I've taken out a single max payout for this entire year. I think maybe once with TPT I hit like, I took like a 9, like no, like a 7 point something K payout. One big turning point for me lately has not been focusing on big moves, going for big payouts. I've been getting 40 to 50 points in New York and leaving 1 through 2 micros as a runner and 10 to 20 points overnight. Yeah, those runners are really powerful. And when you go for like home runs, it's like, where do you stop? Right? When you do go for home runs, like, where do you stop? When you have a trading system that goes for 40 to 60 like I do, you kind of know where to stop. And if you want to gamble a little bit and be a little bit of a degen, that's what your runners are for. And then once you scale up to a certain amount of accounts, your runners can be accounts and not 1 to 2 micros, right? So it's like, when will you be happy going for those big moves? Like when? So like, let's say you get in here, right? And we're here, but you want a home run. Like, when are you going to be happy? And what are the odds that we go up like this? And what are the odds that we don't tap your break even or however you trail? And then continue. Look at my past journaling, the move I was going for and just facepalm. Yeah. The only time I go for big moves is like, you know the priority channel? I go for big moves on the low priority accounts. Where is it? Like these are the accounts I go for home runs for, right? Because if they do go for a home run, awesome, right? Now your low priority account ends up higher on the list. Do you want to risk these accounts? Like, don't think more about the gain, think about the loss. Here, you're going for a home run. You might lose an account 1 to 2 days from payout, or, you know, with 3,000, 4,000 buffer, or, you know, 2 to 3,000 or close to 2,000. But if these hit a home run, then they're really close to a payout, right? And it's all about converting. Prop firms are about converting fake money into real money. Yeah. So sometimes it is fun to go for those home runs. Like, it absolutely is. But that's what runners are for. And I think the best teacher of that lesson is to go for a runner, right, on an account and seeing it turn back and either hitting your stop loss or hitting your profit target, which you should have already taken, or blowing up the account. That's the best teacher, because then you're like, oh shit. That's when you kind of realize. So this was actually the entry for the overnight model. This was actually the exact entry. Overnight model. Now, I don't have any accounts to take this because none of my accounts really need like 10, 20 points. I'd rather trade them in the New York session. The overnight model is 15 to 20 minutes of selling pressure right here. And then you get in at the bottom of the wick right here. This was the buy for 10 to 20 points. 5, 7, 7, 7. This was 20 points already. And then if you want to get more deep into it, if we didn't continue going up, this is the first wave of accounts. Second wave is 15 to 20 points lower depending on volatility. So this one may have been, I'm kind of like iffy about VIX right now, so maybe 20 points. 5, 7, 3, 7. Well, no, the range is kind of tiny, so I guess 15 points. That's the basis. 5 7 4 3 4 3 3 12 2 8, and then 15 and 15, and then all stop out 100 and something points from here. I think it's like 120 is what I back tested. Wait, why are you still there? Something's wrong with my studies. I need to fix it. Okay, there we go. Fix now. Man, this was like textbook. Yeah, take care, Luke. This was like double confluence. I usually love to long at Globex open, especially on a dip. Globex open was 460. Plus we dipped with 15 to 20 minutes of selling pressure. This was like the setup for 20 points. Usually it takes a lot of volume to break through Globex. So it's always one of those levels I like to consider. Here's a reversal. Yeah, the failed break. Couldn't break past Globex, even with this much volume. How much buffer do you aim for before you take your 2K payouts? Usually if you're allowed to take a 2K payout, it's immediately. When I can take a 2K payout, I take it out. I leave 2K in as the buffer. So I reach 4K. So for my funded accounts on Top Step, I'll use it as an example. I'll hit about 4K. Sometimes higher, sometimes lower. If it is lower, it's got to be like 3.8. Right? This is the buffer that I use to take a payout. And then, so that means I would usually take out, even if it's 3.8K, I'd probably just take it out. So anywhere, honestly, if it was 3.750, yeah, I want at least minimum like 1750 of drawdown left over, minimum. But if you take a 4K, if you wait until 4K buffer and then take out a 2K payout, you'll have 2K of drawdown left, which is basically the same drawdown as a new funded. So I don't like to lose too much drawdown. So here you're losing 250 of drawdown compared to a new account. It's not the end of the world, but if it's like minus 500, minus like 400, I usually don't end up taking it. So like 1600 left, I don't like to take it. So my buffer is 4K. Got it? Make sense? Going to start aiming for that? Yeah. This is roughly like my bare minimum. Are you a discretion trader or are you strictly rules based? If I was rules based, I would have been doing a lot better. And I wouldn't be having a break even or red April. So I'm starting to take the discretionary out. I was discretionary trading this entire move up. And I was just losing. And then my actual models that I trade, from April 1st, where I updated the model, 3 out of 3 hits for this day. 1 out of 1 hits for this day. 1 out of 1 if not following no news rule. 2 out of 3 if ignoring no news rule. So you're not supposed to trade when there's news. 1 out of 2 with possibility of break even on the first entry, because it's support and resistance lines. You know, when resistance breaks, it becomes support. You can see it right here. 0 out of 1, but the entry was an hour before market close. You don't take this. This was for the bull days. I'd be doing so well, but I'm just trading discretionally, and I was doing well for the first 3 months, but I've just been fucking up, right? 4 out of 7 for extreme news, but you're not supposed to take any of these trades. Okay, so let's say 0-0. And then on the 7th, 2 out of 2 trades. So the win rate is matching up to whatever I back tested. The win rate is matching up to roughly like 80 to 90%. I would say like just like 80-ish%. But I'm out here discretionary trading like a dumbass. Even my daily levels, these have been great. If I just followed my rules. I think every trader reaches that point at one time where they're like, damn, if only I followed my rules, or if only I wasn't an idiot and just followed my rules, right? I think everyone reaches that point. So I think I'm at that. This was like the rude awakening for me, where it's like, dude, follow your rules, follow the models that you actually made, not just trade discretionally. The max number of payouts I've taken on a fund was 2 before losing the account. Do you go for 4 payouts and then blow the account intentionally to avoid live, or is this approach a myth? The max I've taken, like, I don't blow it up on purpose. But when I try to go for a live account, let's say I'm on the 4th payout with Top Step, I want to get the max amount of money out. So I would size up and try to go for 50K. And the odds of you going from a 2K drawdown, or however much you have, right? Usually I'll have 2K. The odds of 25xing your account is extremely low. So every single time that I've gotten to 4 payouts, I've just blown the account. Not on purpose, right? But I just want the max that I can send to live, right? So it's not a myth. But what they are doing nowadays is, if you copy trade and you make 10 to 15K in like a day in all your accounts, and then you get your first payout as a max payout across all the accounts for a total of like 20 something K, they actually send you to live right after the first payout. You can see it on the Reddit. So because a lot of people, you know, myself included, but I don't go for these huge numbers, is that on a fresh funded account, they'll just YOLO it and try to get 10K on the first day, and then they'll go for 150 flip days, right? And then they'll take a payout. Now Tasa doesn't like that, because you're not really trading per se. You're just kind of full porting to try to get that 10K, and then doing the payout days to take out 5K. So a lot of people have been moved to live because of this, but I haven't been moved to live even though I've taken out a bunch of payouts from Top Step because I'm flying under the radar. And I'm pretty sure I'm under the radar because I trade my accounts individually. So so like I'll take 2K like on one account on Monday. I'll take another 2K maybe this is like week 1. I'll take a 2K payout. Week 2, I'll take another 2K payout. Week 3, I'll take another 2K payout. Mine's like staggered because of the way that I trade my account. Just using Top Step as an example. Yeah, I feel like everyone knows how Top Step is like. Top Step is definitely something that people should include in their arsenal. Oh, Top Step actually has a deal out. If you guys didn't know, what was their deal? They have a discount code out. I see it on Twitter. It's good until like the 26th. So I won't be able to use it. I already maxed out my accounts today. Yeah, discount for no activation accounts. Top Step. It's 20 off. Okay, so you guys probably got the email, right? Yeah, code owned. Yeah, I usually buy the no activation accounts. No activation fee account. It sucks that it expires like next week, but well, oh well. Oh sweet, I can withdraw now. All right, let me withdraw from Top Step, or not Top Step, Take Profit. I pass. Let me talk to my funded future support because I'm still waiting on a funded account I haven't gotten yet. I passed a funded account. I passed 2 new builder evals and upgraded them, but I only got NQ's picking up some steam here. NQ's hitting highs. Let's see how the Mag 7 are doing. For some reason, I'm tempted to short this, but I'm not. I need to take like short out of my vocabulary for the next couple of days. Or maybe even like the next week. I need to just let this run play out. I mean, the weekly chart is insane. For NASDAQ, it's wait, what was that? Was it April? Yeah, the weekly chart of NASDAQ for the past 3 weeks is stronger than the weekly charts after I think tariffs were reduced on 4/11. Should I take a short here? If I do, it's only gonna be on eval, on a low priority eval. I have some Apex evals that are like, they're like $900 left, so. Let me see. Let me make sure the take profits are set up correctly. Yeah, they are. All right, just setting some limit orders. Around here. Three, one, two. Over 466. What's up, Batman? Oh, I think my buffering might be using up too much memory or something. I'm at some shorts on some evals. I might hop in a short on a funded account so I can have something on the screen. Is Trump still talking? Sort of. So basically, there's going to be a ceasefire on Tuesday. Where's it? Ceasefire. Okay, Trump announced a 10-day ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon, easing fears of a broader regional conflict that could disrupt oil flows through the strait. Now, I mean, even if the ceasefire goes through, one of the big things that they need to figure out is how are they going to, like, I think everyone is trying to fight over the strait. They want some sort of control on the strait. I think the United States wants some control of the strait, and whoever owns it, I think Israel or Iran, or maybe both of them, they're saying fuck no, this is our strait. So whatever deals they're talking about, it has to include the strait, and I feel like they've already tried talking about it. So they're saying the talks are going well, but they need to figure out, like, what's gonna be new between the last deal or ceasefire where they talked about the strait, whatever, and now. Because the US is not going to just walk away with nothing. I think Trump wants to tax people or make profit off the strait. But I don't even think it's in our name. I don't think we have any ownership of it. So then what's going to... So Trump wants them to delay nuclear enrichment, basically just nuke stuff, right? They want to delay it all by about 20 plus years. He wants that, and he also wants, you know, I'm assuming he wants a portion of the strait or some kind of revenue from it. Okay, sure. But what does what does Israel and Iran want? Like, what do they want? Because they're not gonna give away, you know, nuclear enrichment for 5 to 20 years and a portion of the strait for nothing. They want something. Okay, but what are they gonna get? I have no idea. What can we offer them, right, that can get them to agree to a ceasefire, agree to this and agree to that? What can we as the United States offer? Both US and Iran strongly disagree on things and both are stubborn, so I don't see an outcome anytime soon. I agree. But if there's no outcome anytime soon, the ceasefires are going to fail, right? If there's no outcome soon, like, why would they just, what, they're just going to stop the wars? I don't see them stopping it. Like, are they supposed to just sit on their hands and just, all right, I guess we need to wait for like 6 months or a year or however long this peace talks is going to last for, even though we already had one with JD Vance and it failed. JD Vance returned to the US with no peace treaty, no peace deal at all. So it's going to be interesting. I'm really curious what the outcome is going to be. Like, what can we offer? What do they want? And at the end of the day, how is the strait going to be split up? And is the war going to stop? Are we pulling back our troops? I don't think there's been any talks about pulling back our troops yet. So yeah, I'm very curious about what's going to happen. I mean, it's a terrible time for everybody involved. Like, just absolutely horrible. I'm just gonna sit on this short right here, just so you guys can actually have something to look at. Even though like the better entry is up here, I just kind of missed it. NQ hitting new all-time highs, which I'm confused about. You know what's crazy, Batman? This, if you look at the weekly run-up of NQ, let me see if I can pull it up. The weekly run-up is actually higher than when tariffs got like than when we pulled back on tariffs. Right, so I think this was the pullback, the drop into the pullback, right? Versus this. I guess maybe it's not higher. Can I measure this? So 3 weeks, right, is how many points is this? 3,000 points. Okay, 3,100 points. And how many points is this? Okay, so it's not. Oh wait, no, it is. From the 3 weeks after, you know, the tariffs were like, I forgot what he did, but basically he pulled back on a ton of whatever he was saying. What we have now has outpaced that tariff news. You know, 3 weeks after, right? Crazy, right? I don't know if Jordan's a good idea right now. it might not be. Might not be. Dude, I gotta play the odds, man. How many green A's are we gonna have in a row, right? Could be wrong. You're in that short from 489. Yeah, the better entry was 493. It'll only be for like 10-20 points. I'll probably shoot for 20. We'll see. Probably not a good idea though, because we're just hitting all-time highs, but I'm gonna hold on to it. Isn't that crazy though? Like this run up, because the tariffs was like that news was like world shatter. It was like a global thing. Because he's heading to 26506. Oh, I can see that. Yeah. I mean, that's only 20 points. 20 points off of 5 micros. That's like 400 bucks. Even if we break all-time highs again, 560. Where are we at? 200 points. 100 points is 44. So technically, if we hit all-time highs, like this is when the account loses. If we don't get this and we go for this instead. But who knows, maybe we'll go for all-time highs again. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, do you ever see yourself shorting gold or trading gold? Like maybe. Luke has been doing very good trading gold. I mean, trading gold has just been like, you just kind of buy the pullbacks, I feel like. But I don't know like the contract size for gold. Like this pullback, could have bought this one. I mean this one. Right? Like when was the last time buying a pullback kind of fucked people over? Right? And if you're scalping anywhere here, like you'd be fine. Like when was the last time a pullback fucked someone over? I don't know how much this is, like dollar wise. How much is this drop? Obviously not within these two candles, but like the entry would probably be somewhere around here or here. 66 to 81. I'm not sure how many, you know, like what's the dollar amount to that if it's like 1 micro. Maybe I'll trade gold in the overnight session. I think I might do that. Gold seems to be more maybe I'll do that in the overnight. I think gold has more action in the overnight versus NQ. So maybe I'll start trading it. Let's see if I can pop my first gold trade today. Wait, this is gold, right? Yeah, this is gold. 20 points of GC is 2,000. What about, okay, so 20 points of MGC should be 200. If this dips, I'm gonna buy it. This might be a gold trade. You don't see NQ getting past 519 overnight. Only reason I'm in a short right now. A lot of wicks in action over there. Wait, 20 points. Wait, hold on. Do you mean 4816 to 4836? Or do you mean 4816 to 4818? I'm gonna figure this out. All right, first gold trade. Sent you a conversion chart on Discord to help me moving different instruments. Oh shit, let me check that out. Oh, nice, you have it all here. Okay, this is good. 4816 to 4820 is 40 points. Gotcha. Yeah, so I would have to use MGC. I mean, using 1 mini for the for GC is insane for a 2K account. Yeah, MGC, every tick is $1. So 1 whole point of GC is wait, $100? $100, okay. So $100 for 1 MGC. If that's $100, let me look at the period of really big drawdown. How many points is 2,000? Yeah, I would be trading the micros though. 88. Can a 2K account survive this? That'll be way too much, right? All right, I need to see the numbers. I need to see it. I'm gonna press this button. Oh, wait, that's not bad at all. $106 is right here. This is 1 MGC. That's 106, right? 100. Oh, I could totally survive this. Wait, I think I'm gonna start trading gold during the overnight session, because then I can push back my overnight session to, usually I start at 7. Right here is where I start streaming. I can start streaming right at market open. That way, if I do stream for like 2 hours, you know, I can still get out around like 8ish. I think that's what I'll do. And I think a lot of people do trade gold. Am I just kind of missing out? What's going on? Am I just too stubborn? All right, first gold trade, guys. First entry here, I'll DCA with 2 micros around this level. Gold dangerous. The overnights have been kind of forgiving for the past week or two, I feel like. There's a lot of shenanigans, insane wicks sometimes. Go to the move for 15 minutes, then suddenly moves like 20 ticks. Usually the big volume of gold happens at, I'm pretty sure, 8. This is when Asia market opens. So right here, this is where volume starts picking up. Jack's first gold trade, new era. We'll see. If this is a loss, if I lose this account off of DCA into 2 or 3 MGC here, I will never trade gold again for the rest of my life. Let's see when I lose. When do I lose this account? All right, you guys think I'm losing my account here? All right, if we hit 4615, I lose my account. Knowing my luck, we'll probably hit it. I want to see what the ranges are for the days. I need to get like a grasp. This is 1 micro right now. I need to get a grasp of the dailies. I'm sure this is like from news events probably. Most of the daily ranges are like, I feel like this is kind of like a daily range right here, which is roughly 163 points. Yeah, this is 1 micro. This was a test run. Where I actually want to get in is it is down here, like somewhere down here. Probably jump in with 2 or 3 more DCA down, get my cost average around here. This was just a test order, because I wanted to like you guys are sending me helpful stuff, but I'm pretty stupid, so I need to see the actual number on my screen. I'm too dumb for to like read it, and I'm just like, ah, I see. I'm one of those guys. How's the short going? It's not. We're kind of consolidating here. Usually consolidation, if it lasts for a while, it'll lead to a big volume candle one way or the other. And you can see volume is just drying up. There's going to be a big volume candle soon. I don't know how soon, but it's going to happen. It's going to break us out of this consolidation. Like, I mean, look at these volume. If we keep like this little volume in like the next like 10, 15, 20 minutes, there's going to be a big volume candle. And it doesn't mean that it'll decide where we're going to go, but there's going to be a big one. That is going to be a while, but I think the candle will be down. Place your bets. The casino is open. What software is that? Which one? Do you mean this one? Oh, this is Tradeovate. Like 99% of prop firms use this. Platform. That's the word I was looking for. This is like one of the OG ones. Yeah. I mean, you can just look at it. It looks ancient, right? You can just look at it and just like, oh yeah, this looks like shit. It's not like terrible. Like fills are pretty fast, you know. There's usually like no lag at all. So like if you trade with like My Fund of Futures or other prop firms, Lucid, they'll usually have like almost all prop firms except for Top Step has Tradeovate, because Top Step wanted to monopolize their Top Step X platform. Oh, I might not even be able to trade tomorrow. I gotta go somewhere. I gotta go out of state. Or not out of state, out of I gotta go to another city. Whoa, gold's moving. Here we go. Come on. Let's get a dip. Oh, here we go. You know, zooming out, I want to be somewhere here. How many micros do I want to add up? Maybe one here, one, and then like one scattered throughout this range. NQ is just stuck on a 10-point consolidation in the last 40 minutes. Starting to get exciting. Well, last like 35 minutes, sort of. All right, let's see that gold move. Is this what you guys were talking about, where you just randomly have a candle that's like just double the volume of all other ones? That's a massive candle. I wonder what's going on. Bring her down. Bring her down. Alright, this is where I wanted to add one more. I think I will go up to 5 contracts. I think that's my limit. I honestly have no take profit at all. I mean, this should just be like scalps, but I'm not familiar with the feel of like how many points should I be scalping. How'd you get into trading? I was introduced to trading like by my cousin when I was around like probably like 18, probably during like high school times. But that was like stocks and options, which I was not the best at. I was just pressing buttons. So I did that for a little bit, and then I basically stopped doing it. And then that was kind of it. I also had a phase recently, I guess not recent, it was within the last like 2 years, where I tried to do day trading for stocks. I just couldn't get into it. All the scanning was like a giant pain in the ass. But I didn't want to do it. And then I found prop firms. My cousin also introduced that to me too. Or no, actually I introduced it to him. I don't even know how I found prop firms. But I started trading prop firms about like 2 years ago. That's kind of been my trading journey. It's been like a lot of like phases. And this was the only phase where I've been profitable. But I mean, it's prop firm trading. It's not like real trading, so. Real trading is a completely different game. Okay. My Funded Futures support just reached out to me. Okay, so for the new My Funded Futures, wait, is there a way to mix and match them? So one builder, 3 flex, 1 rapid. Oh shit, I missed my entry. Hold on. Okay, so for anyone that is trading my funded futures, the new builder accounts, you can only have one funded builder account. So that's why I don't have my second one yet. Interesting. So if this account blows up, this one, I can like replace it right away because I passed 2 of them. Now I'm wondering if I can mix and match them with my flex accounts, because I think the max amount of flex accounts you can have in funded is 3. So I wonder if I can have 1 builder, 3 flex, and 1 rapid maybe. Here we go. This is gonna be my last day trading gold, it seems. $4,800. Whoa, that is gnarly. What's going on? Or does it just do that? I'll still hold on to it. Only 4 micros in so far. Gold is crazy. Yeah, these moves have been, this volume has been insane. I wonder what's going on. Cross my fingers that gold skyrockets so I can see you trade gold again this lifetime. I'll probably still trade it. I was just joking that if I lost, I wouldn't trade it anymore. I think I will trade it because a lot of people have been asking me about gold. I just don't have a system set up for it. Like all of my system and models have been for like NASDAQ and ES futures. But I'm sure I can figure something out for gold. Maybe like gold is my overnight trades, and then NQ is like my New York session trades. If we get back up to the high, how much is that? 400. Drawdown's gnarly, really? I'm not familiar with like the drops of gold. I don't know if this is like a common thing or if this is like not that common. And like how much do the drops really go for? And what should I look for? Like usually when something like this happens, I check financial juice. But I don't know if there's like, I don't know what the gold equivalent of news that I should be looking for. Is it because I don't have commodities in here? Oh no, I do have commodities in here. Dollar cost averaging that you did is something you normally do, or do you just do it this time on MGC? I always DCA. It's like one of the biggest things that I teach. One of my first ever premium member, Luke, he DCAs really well. He does it better than I do. And he's been trading for like, I think a little over a month, or maybe less than a month, and he's already taken a payout. He's very good at DCAing. And it's because it's like one of the first things he ever learned. Like he started trading literally like a month ago. So it's like how you know, I have all these habits that I've built up, and then DCA is like near the end. So I have all these other things in my head where Luke has been DCAing since he basically started trading. So he's very good at DCAing. So do you DCA on both legs, buy and selling? Yes. I usually only DCA to the losers though. Quote unquote losers. Usually my DCAs are in I DCA in instead of using one account, it would be multiple accounts. So like you know how I did like one here. Well, technically I should have never had one here, right? Technically my position should have been 1 1 1 1 and then maybe one down here, but this was a test position that I had, so it's okay. But usually all these ones, if I have 20 plus accounts, they'll be like, I'll do like 2 accounts here, 2 accounts here, and 2 accounts here, depending on how many accounts I want to risk on this one trade, right? This is the thing. This is one of the most powerful things about prop firms. Why? Because even if these two lose and you get this move up, right, where this first entries break even, you get a really good profit on the bottom DCA account. This bottom DCA account is really, it gets closer to a payout, right? And this entire concept is called priority accounts. This is what I use, right? Not many people think of prop firms like the way that I do, but these priority accounts basically means where do you put in your accounts? What account do you want to die first versus last? Like which ones do you want to have the best position? Obviously the ones with the closest payout, right? So let's go through this example with my gold position. I will have, let's say I will have 3 accounts, right? One is new, one has about $2,000 of buffer or 2,500, and one is 1 day from payout. Okay, so here's exactly how I would do it. My entry was what, let's say 1 1, right? This one is a new account. This one is the account with, what I say, like 2,500 as the balance, and this one is the account that is 1 to 2 days from payout, right? Now on a move like this, I could have already closed this account for profit, and now it's even closer. Now it's has a payout tomorrow, or it's 1 day from a payout, right? This is my runner, because I don't really care about this account. I care about these two. Not a lot of people think about prop firm accounts like this. So now, even if this trade loses and these 2 accounts die, this one account, if it's a 2K payout, this account pays for about 20 evals. That's an interesting strat. Good risk management. Yeah, not a lot of people think about this. You know, all of my tips and tricks are how to extract money from the prop firms. Yes, there is some trading. Yes, you want to buy at these support levels, right? But you want to secure your payout. The payout is the most important thing. Why? Well, because this is all fake money. This is not real. Most people that don't DCA, they just go full size on initial entry, and even if they do DCA, they do it on the same account. Yeah, exactly. So then for that person that does it all on the same account, if they don't take profit here, which is close to break even, right? Do you see how, like, if you have split accounts, even if this loses, but you scalp with the payout winner, whatever amount you're looking for, do you see how, like, even if this trade loses, you can get closer and closer to a payout? Yeah, they just go full size on the initial entry. But here's the thing about going full size on the initial entry. If you go full size on the initial entry, do you know what you're saying? You're saying that, let's say, this, right? You want to go full size at the bottom of this wick, or maybe right here, this one, right? You're going full size right here. What you're saying is that this is the best area to buy, and I will never catch any drawdown at all. It will only go up. That's what you're saying. You're saying you can perfectly predict where it's going to be if you put all your money here. What are the, like, how many times have you hit a perfect trade with 0 drawdown? Extremely rare, right? How many times have you taken a trade, let's say long here, and then it dips a couple more times? So if you split up, rather than going, let's say, 5 contracts here, you go 1, 1, 1, 1. Now you have a cost basis down here. This is your cost average. Shouldn't you be happier about this cost average? Because it's below where you wanted to get in. Right now, I'm DCing ball in the same account, but I think I'll give you stagger on different accounts to try. Yeah, usually the way I do it is I have 2 accounts per entry. One of them, so like let's say right here will be 2, right here will be 2, right here will be 2. But that's because I have a lot of accounts. You can do 1, 1, 1. I like to do 2 because at every level I can have 1 scalper and 1 runner. The scalper cuts out for however many points is a scalp. So if I wanted to scalp this one, I could have already scalped it up here. So now this is down to 1 account. And I can leave it as a runner if we do go higher. If I don't want it, if I want to scalp for both of them, I would cut out both of these, right? And I can cut out 1 here and leave 1 runner here. Thank you for your patience in being able to maintain up to 5 active Symphony accounts simultaneously when holding only 25 and or 50 accounts. These accounts have to be combined in combination. Okay, so 1 builder, 3 flex, and 1 rapid works out. Because I know it's not possible to have 5 builder accounts. Thanks for sharing your insight and explaining. Appreciate it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I like to think of my thought process as pretty unique compared to a lot of what other people teach. I don't really teach a trading, like, yes, I have models, yes, I have strategies, but I like to teach kind of the math to beat prop firms. And this is how you beat prop firms, by spreading your risk and getting payouts not on all your accounts, but on some to most of your accounts, and that will pay for so much more rather than hitting a home run on all your accounts. Copy trading is one of the most expensive things you can do in prop firms because the rules are against you, right? All the rules of prop firms are against you. One of the only leverages you have is the amount of accounts you have, and each account has its own like profit buffer level, right? There's math that if you're a break even or negative trader, you can still profit from prop firms, right? Let's say you have 5 funded accounts, right? This one dies, this one dies, this one dies. These were all 50K accounts, so you lost 6K. Let's add another one. You lost 8K, right? These two make it to that 2K payout that I talk about. So this is plus 4K. Or no, this is plus 8K in total buffer. This is break even, right? This break even trader just took 4K into their bank account. Which means that if you bought less than 40 evals to get to here, you've made a profit. Isn't that interesting? But wait, this guy's a break-even trader. He's not that good. He's net 0. He lost 8K on these 3 accounts. No, on these 4 accounts. He lost 8K. And then he made 4K on this account and 4K on this account. And assuming that he spent, you know, he bought less than 40 evals to get to here, it would be more like 36 probably, because of the 10 to 20% profit share, right? He's profitable, but he's a break-even trader. Isn't that so weird? Which is why my whole, you know, brand is that I'm an average trader that knows how to beat prop firms. I'm not that good. But if you look behind the math and find strategies that work like this. Now imagine if you were a profitable trader. Barely profitable, right? Let's say you made 4K in this one. But that'll be 6, 12. Right, so plus 6K. You make even more money if you're profitable. But if you're break even, you can still pull out money. And I think even if you're slightly negative, you can still pull out money, right? Because this is not counting all of the P&Ls of the evals you bought. You know, blown evals will make you even more negative. So if you include the blown evals, no matter, like, they're just going to be a net negative trader. But they're pulling money out of prop firms. Should I add one more? I said I wanted 5, right? I'm gonna hold on to this. It's only an eval, so I don't really care. Okay. Okay, so I just got clarification from my fund of futures. So you're allowed to have 1 builder, 3 flex, and 1 rapid, or 1 builder and 4 rapid, or like some kind of combination of those. Man, gold is moving. I wonder if this is considered hedging. It's probably not, right? If you're long gold and short NQ, I don't think this is hedging, right? I think you're allowed to do that. I mean, they're not really correlated right now, are they? I don't think so. They're pretty different. Not hedging, you've done it before? Oh, okay, good. Okay. I'm out here like streaming like, oh, look at me hedge on different prop firms. And then I get banned. I know some firms are pretty anal about that. Like, even if it's like different tickers like ESNQ, you can't hedge. And there's some instances where I don't really know if like gold ever matches like ES or NQ. Wouldn't it be the reverse? Because gold would go up if USD goes down. USD goes down when stocks go down. Same with gold and silver. Gotcha. Did you guys trade during that whole silver run? That was an insane run. I'm pretty sure that silver or gold run, it was one of those two. It actually put a prop firm out of business. For those runs, you literally just buy any dip and it would rocket like an insane amount. Like people were getting like max payouts so easily. I forget what prop firm it was, but one of them went out of business. Was it funding something? I don't know. They all have like very similar names. Was it Funded Ticks? It might have been. Funding Ticks? Okay, it was Funding Ticks. Silver Mini is wild. I don't know who can trade that 1.5k. Well, you would DCA into it, right? You don't go I think they DCA'd with the biggest accounts, or even with micros you were able to DCA into an insane position. Where's silver? Or wait, can I pull up the gold run, like that insane run that it had? Was it here? Was it here? No, it was silver was the most recent one. What's silver? Oh, here it is. Let me not click any button. Where was it? Damn, what happened to silver? It was during one of these runs. No, it couldn't have been November. When was it? Was it here? Was it one of these runs? You basically just DCA'd into a winning day, and it would pop up so hard, like it would never retrace. Can I go back to one of those days? Was it like January? Was it January? I feel like it was around January for that insane run. Like what a lot of people did was, I think someone on like Twitter was an Apex guy was doing it, and he got banned from Apex. Basically what he did was on any dip, he would just buy the dip, 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 DCA buy into the dip. And if he catches a move like this, January to February, yeah, so somewhere around here, yeah, this is they outed his strategy. How much account you lose per DCA on daily basis? That depends. Some of my worst days, I probably lost, I don't know how many accounts. I treat them as like I just say the balance. So I've had 2 minus 30k days, 1 minus 50k, and 1 minus 73k. So like if you DCA'd here, I'm sure this amount of points was an insane profit. You can literally hold the entire day if you wanted to. That was what someone did on Apex. But yeah, the amount of content I lose per day, it depends on performance, obviously. How well do I DCA? How well do I manage my accounts? And also, what kind of day is it? So like I trade, one of my models is percent line models where I have support and resistance lines like way up here and way down here, and you take these taps, and also sometimes the midpoint, and you take them, and after each break of every level, the day gets rarer and rarer, and I think the closeout is like a 2% day. This is actually like the first model that I came up with. So I can show you the back test for it. Here. So here's the back test for it. So the circles would most likely be blown accounts. This is for a news day. You're not supposed to take any of these trades, but let's say this is not a news day, right? So in this example, this account would hit take profit, this account would blow up, this account would blow up. I think this account would survive. This one right here. This account would hit take profit, this would hit take profit, and this would hit take profit. So assuming you have 2 accounts per, which is usually how I go in. So 2, 4, 6 blown up accounts. Although I'm pretty sure this one lived. So let's just say it didn't. 2, 4, 6, and then 6 accounts dead, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 accounts hit take profit, which is anywhere between 40 to 60 points for scalps and 60 to 100 points for runners, right? And the entire idea of this model is that it blows up on the rarest of days. This was a news event, a rare day. This was 4-7, right? This was the older model. Why is this? So like take profit, maybe take profit. Let's say not. So take profit. So 2, let's say this one is dead. This one hit take profit, and this one hit take profit. So 2, 4, 6 accounts hits take profit. 2 accounts die here. Are these different days or the same days? Oh no, they're different days. So this one, for example, 2, and then if you see the midpoint, 2, 4, but let's not say the midpoint. 2 hits take profit. 2 blows up here. 2 hits take profit here, and you probably don't take this. So 2, 4 accounts hits take profit. 2 accounts die. Two, 4. These would all hit take profit because these accounts will be able to survive like down here. But this would be 2, 4, 6, 8 accounts hits take profit. The entire model is that on the rarest days you blow up. Dude, things are just not moving, huh? All right, this is going nowhere. It's already almost 10, so I'll probably call it here. I'll probably keep this trade running until it hits, like, I don't know, maybe get back up here. I don't really know how gold moves or what I should expect from it. I feel like I'm expecting a lot for it to go back up here. We'll see. It is an eval, not the end of the world, so. And this one, I mean, I'll probably cut it if we dip, but I'm gonna wait for that volume candle. This consolidation, there's going to be a volume candle break. Either upside or downside, I have no idea. It's a 50-50. So I'll leave it in here. It's probably going up. I mean, we're at all-time highs. When you're at all-time highs, there is no really short mindset. There's no sell. It's all profit taking, right? There's no sellers up here. There's just a void. So probably a bad idea, but I'll leave it running. Maybe I can take 20 points or 10 points. We'll see. We will see. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.